Welcome back to day 4 of our Express.js course. You know, if you've ever had a route just mysteriously fail in production, or, even worse, watched a single unhandled error completely take down your entire Node server, well, today is absolutely for you. We're stepping into the role of quality control on the assembly line of an HTTP request. We're going to navigate the crucial request response pipeline and dig into those essential Express version 5 upgrades. By the end of this explainer, you'll see exactly how to tighten up your application's architecture from the exact millisecond a request arrives. All right, so here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the request response pipeline, then move into setting up global middleware, check out the Express v5 routing updates, and wrap things up with centralizing error handling. Let's dive right in.
Section 1, the request response pipeline.
So, really grasping how middleware works is absolutely crucial to mastering modern backend engineering. I want you to think of them like sequential quality control stations on a factory assembly line. These functions intercept incoming data, and they have total access to both the request and response objects. But here's the kicker, the most important part. They hold the next function. That next function is literally the key to moving the request down the line to the subsequent station. Without middleware, you're basically just exposing a raw, unprotected connection. And if a piece of your custom middleware forgets to call next, well, your request just hangs there in purgatory. It'll eventually time out, leaving your user staring at an endless loading screen. Nobody wants that. And this right here, this 5-step journey, shows us exactly why the order of operations isn't just some best practice. It's your fundamental security blueprint. The sequence matters immensely. Imagine, for a second, accidentally placing your route handler before your authentication checks. You've literally just bypassed the security guard and opened up your database to the entire internet. No way. Everything has to flow in a disciplined, predictable direction. From the initial arrival, through those global security checks, past user authentication, straight into your specific business logic, and then finally back out as a nicely formatted response.
Moving on to Section 2, setting up global middleware. Now, unlike highly opinionated frameworks, think Django or Ruby on Rails, the ones that make all those core architectural decisions for you, Express is fiercely minimalist. It is not going to hold your hand. It gives you this incredibly fast, unopinionated engine, but you are completely responsible for manually wiring up those protective layers at the gateway. If you don't explicitly tell Express to block malicious headers or to parse incoming JSON, it simply won't do it. It's all on us.
So, right at that gateway, we have several essential packages taking on defensive and preparatory roles on our assembly line. First up, Helmet. Think of Helmet as your initial shield. It sets crucial HTTP headers to stop attacks like cross-site scripting and crit-jacking right in their tracks. Then you've got Cores, which is essentially your bouncer. It checks that the domain requesting access is actually on your server's VIP list. And finally, your body parsers. These act as the receiving dock, unboxing and translating that raw JSON or URL-encoded data so your application can actually make sense of it. Oh, and a quick side note. This is exactly where you want to drop in your global logging middleware too. You want to ensure every single request is recorded the exact moment it hits the server, way before it ever touches your complex business logic. This logical flow really emphasizes why we absolutely must decouple these tasks in a strict, sequential order to optimize performance. Think about it. Unboxing and parsing a massive JSON payload is a pretty heavy, CPU-intensive task for Node. Why on earth would you waste valuable service cycles processing megabytes of data if your Cores bouncer is just going to reject the unauthorized domain a millisecond later, right? Arranging these stations correctly, blocking the bad actors first, and then parsing the data for the legitimate users, that's how you optimize performance right at the front door. To scale all this up effectively without creating just a giant monolithic mess, we use middleware to cleanly separate our concerns. If you start mixing your heavy business logic directly into your routing files, your codebase is going to quickly become an absolute nightmare to maintain, let alone test. You really want to keep your routes strictly for simple URL mapping. Let your middleware handle the cross-cutting concerns, the authentication, rate limiting, and logging. Then push the actual heavy lifting, the complex database queries and the core algorithms. Push all of that down into the services layer.
All right, Section 3, Express v5 routing updates.
Let's take a moment to contrast the old and the new here, because if you upgrade to version 5 without switching from the old asterisk to a named wildcard, your routing is going to silently break. And honestly, this is a massive gotcha for teams migrating legacy codebases. The Express team actually removed that old simple asterisk to force more predictable parameter parsing. Now you have to explicitly name your wildcards, like asterisk splat. Sure, it requires a manual code update on your end, but ultimately, it gives you much stricter type-safe control over your route parameters. It totally prevents those ambiguous matches that used to cause so many headaches back in version 4. But beyond wildcards, version 5 introduces a few other strict breaking changes to query parsing and path matching. Let's take trailing slashes as a concrete example. In older versions, a request to /users and a request to /users with a slash at the end might be treated identically by the router. Well, in version 5, stricter matching means that subtle difference could completely reroute or even drop your traffic if you aren't paying close attention. And the scary part, these aren't the loud, obvious bugs that immediately crash your server. They are subtle, silent errors that just send data into the void. So doing a dedicated testing pass on your route boundaries during migration is absolutely critical.
Finally, Section 4, centralizing error handling.
Okay, so instead of scattering try-catch blocks everywhere and just crossing our fingers, we want to funnel all of our failures down the chain to one unified error handler at the very end of the assembly line. Think of it as your emergency stop button. Since Node is single-threaded, literally one unhandled exception is all it takes to crash the entire event loop and take down your application for everybody. This centralized safety net catches absolutely everything that slips through, gracefully formatting the error and, most importantly, keeping your server alive to handle the next user's request. Now, to build this safety net correctly in version 5, your error middleware has to explicitly accept exactly 4 arguments: error, request, response, and next. You might be wondering, why exactly 4? Well, it's because Express actually looks at the function argity, the raw number of arguments, under the hood to figure out if a middleware function is a standard route handler or an error handler. It's a neat little trick. Also, notice the emphasis here on logging with a correlation context, like a unique request ID. When a user reports some vague error on the front end, having that specific ID attached to the request is really the only way you'll be able to trace that failure back through thousands of lines in your server logs. And lastly, for sure, always sanitize your responses so you aren't leaking secure stack traces to the public. So as you examine your own code bases today, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought about the true resilience of your application's architecture. Are you actually validating, logging, and protecting data at every single station? Or are you just passing raw requests straight to the database and hoping for the best? Taking disciplined control of the Express pipeline is exactly what separates a fragile script from a truly robust, production-ready application. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.